Good morning, Anne and Stephen. It's a pleasure to be here this morning and actually participate in your show. I'm a great fan of both of you.
Oh, thank you. It's
and also
lovely to talk to
GBNews.
you. In Malta, which is one of my favourite places in the world. It was one of the Queen's favourite places in the world, wasn't it?
Yes, absolutely. In fact, we are very fortunate to say that apart from in UK, she was actually a resident here in Malta for a couple of years when she was a Royal Navy wife. I believe from 1949 to 1951. She used to live in Villa Guardamangia, which coincidentally was just a corner away from where my great-grandfather lived. So the locals were very familiar with Her Majesty, driving around in her Morris car and just acting like a normal Royal Navy wife, enjoying the Maltese scene and culture. So we are very fortunate to have had this connection with her.
And a personal connection as well. I mean, you have actually met Her Majesty, haven't you?
Yes, I was very fortunate in May 1986, as I had explained. I was actually due to take my French O-level, and my father worked at Royal Naval Command because he was a serving member of the Royal Navy, Royal Naval Command at Whale Island and Portsmouth. And in May 1986, the Queen actually came to present the colours to the shore establishment. And as members of the family who my father had participated and coordinated a display for Her Majesty and Prince Philip, we were actually invited to meet her. My recollections of the day was, in true sort of British spirit, the weather was particularly windy, and Her Majesty the Queen, when she was introduced to me, she seemed very amused by the fact that Royal Navy able seamen were detailed to run around the establishment to pick up the ladies' hats. And during her conversation with myself and my mother, she actually picked up that my mother is Maltese from her Maltese accent. As we all are aware, the Queen was very good at actually establishing where people came from. And then she then engaged into quite a long and detailed conversation about her time in Malta and those very happy years as a Royal Navy wife, living amongst the Maltese people.
Oh, it's great to have those memories, isn't it? And to actually have met her at that tender young age. It's lovely.
Yes, in fact.
Go on.
Thank you. In fact, we were so in awe of her because even though she was quite small in stature, she has brought so much to the world. And she was even very gracious enough when that she saw, because obviously in those days social media didn't exist, that we wanted to take a photograph. She gladly sort of posed for a photograph, and we have that moment whereby, you know, at a moment in time, she posed. She asked if the positioning was correct, and we had that lovely special moment. A few moments, but like many people around the world, the Queen had this innate ability to make you feel special at that moment in time.
Have you still got that photograph?
Yes, I do. I actually hunted it out yesterday. I don't know whether I can. Yeah. I don't know whether you can see it, but this is the photograph taken those days when we actually used to use film rather than digital.
That's right.
Wow, so that's Her Majesty the Queen posing for you.
Mm.
Yes, in 1986 at Royal Naval Command, Whale Island.
You must treasure it. You have to frame it and put it on the wall behind you.
Yeah. Michelle, it's a joy to talk to you this morning. Thank you very much indeed. Thanks for getting in touch.
Thank you very much. And may I offer my condolences, obviously, to the royal family, the British nation, and all the expats and people of the Commonwealth around the world who, like my family, are deeply saddened at the news of the Queen's passing.
Oh, well said,
you certainly
Michelle.
can. Thank you very much indeed.